Hey everyone, Draco Prime 220 here. This video is going to be a little different. Today I am making a theory video for Episode 6, Monarch, Legacy of Monsters, Season 2, and also a theory on certain things that we saw in the trailer. Because, I'm going to be honest with you, I really thought that the whole Kong fighting Titan X was actually going to be in the first couple episodes. That's what I thought. But apparently that's not the case. And Titan X is going to be, as we know, is going to be heading back to Skull Island. Now, here's my theory. Well, first of all, a little clip from Apple TV. Just had of Kentaro looking on his phone. He got some messages, and one of them is a Titan alert. And lo and behold, who's showing up in Tokyo? It's Titan X, Kokai. Now my theory is the question first, then the theory. Why is Titan X making a stop in Tokyo? And here's the theory. Cate. It does look like there is a link between the two. A very strong connection between Titan X and Cate. I actually get the feeling that's why Titan X is heading for Tokyo. That's my feeling. Now here's my thoughts and theories on what could be going on and why she's going there. Besides, yeah, like I said, she wants to go to get Cate. That's my personal opinion, and that's a theory. I think it's nothing confirmed. It's a theory. I personally think Titan X is heading to Tokyo to get Cate because of the psychic connection, and on top of that, I think she's under a very bad impression now that all humans are a threat and a problem. And my other thing is, what if Titan X is going there to take Cate away, acting upon some maternal instinct? Because maybe, I don't know how strong their link is. Well, I'll be honest. I think the first taste of the link that we saw of these two was the one episode where Cate is sleeping on the beach near the currently being rebuilt San Francisco Bridge. Because she heard something and she tried to go into the water. We don't saw what happened after that. I don't remember if we saw her coming out of the water or what. But that's like our first little hint that there was some form of connection. Now that a lot of things have happened, if that connection can be that strong from wherever Titan X was currently at that moment to where Cate can feel it, where she's going in the water, I get the feeling Titan X may have sensed that Cate lost someone. I'm not saying Titan X knows who Cate's father is, but I know Titan X could maybe Titan X could have sensed she lost someone that was part of her family. Because it does look, since Titan X acts like as a hive mind / maternal figure to the Scarabs, and they in turn protect her and help her out, I was seeing in the previous episode, my feeling is Titan X is like, oh no, she's gonna need me. I'm gonna head where she's at. I know, now that I can sense her, I know where I'm gonna go and find her. What if Titan X is not going there to destroy, but in her mind, she's going there to protect and take Cate, believing she could be in danger, since Titan X now doesn't really have a good image of humans. Gosh, I wonder why. That's my feeling. Why? And then, now speaking of the big G-Man, and wow, took 6 episodes to get to him. I don't mind. I actually liked how they did this build up to him. Like, I think currently at this point in time, Godzilla was just relaxing. Now, they say they're going to make that Titan phone to try and get a hold of him. Maybe it works. I don't know if Godzilla's going to show up of his own accord. My feeling is he's probably going to show up of his own accord. Because if Titan X is already there, Godzilla's going to show up and be like, what are you doing here? He's going to feel like his territory is threatened. He's going to have to feel like, okay, I'm going to have to put the alpha shoes on and I'm going to have to kick some ass. You know, that's my feeling. But Titan X could be going there out of maternal protection and instinct. And I think that would give even Titan X more sympathy, because she's not going there to destroy the city. Will she attack anything if anyone tries to stop her? Yeah. But the thing is, Titan X has not been fully aggressive at all. Yeah, until the previous episode, that was the straw that broke the camel's back. And because if you look at the image on Kentaro's phone, her glow is pink, not blue. She is not calm right now. She is not happy. She is going there. She's going to Tokyo like an angry mom. Like, it's almost like an angry mom storming into a school, finding out her little son or daughter gets beaten up by a bully, and she's going there wanting answers and to talk and see their kid. That's the vibe that Titan X is giving, because her color hasn't changed. Well, I shouldn't say that, because her color could have changed when she left the village, but now that she's entering a human-filled territory, she possibly senses she's gonna get some resistance, and she's gonna be like, you know, because I don't know why else she would go there to Tokyo. It just seems too, you know, it just seems that's how it is, because Titan X going to Tokyo, Cate's in Tokyo, the pieces kind of go together. Unless there's some other reason why she shows up there. I personally think she's going there for Cate. But Godzilla's going to come in like, I'm king here. What are you doing here? And I don't really think the attack scene on Tokyo is going to be that long. I'll say maybe 2-3 minutes, maybe. And maybe a little scuffle between Titan X and Godzilla in maybe near the Bay Area of Tokyo. I think they may do that. I don't know. But that's what I think is going to happen in Episode 6. But that's not the only one. Godzilla, Titan X are not the only ones that are going to show up. Big guy, King of Skull Island himself, is showing up. Now, the thing is, I love this little scene, that the clip they revealed of Kong. He's just walking around in a similar pose as in Skull Island, and Kentaro is drawing him. Nice drawing, by the way, Kentaro. Nice drawing. And Kong kind of looks at him like, And then Kentaro smiles and Kong goes, ah. Kong wants his personal space. I'm like, yeah, buddy. When Kong says beat it, kid, that's almost like what Kong was saying. Not like getting really nasty or mean. Just like yelling, like kind of like raising his voice slightly, like, beat a kid. Hey, beat a kid. I like that. I love Kong's attitude. He's like, you know, this guy who he's tired, he's fed up, he just wants peace and quiet. You know, he wants to enjoy his home, but then he's got these people walking around, and he's like, beat it. I like that. So we're going to get all 3 monsters in here. But the thing is, why is Kentaro on Skull Island? Is this a flashback of him on the island? Like, drawing Kong? I don't know. But, speaking of Skull Island, as we see in the trailer, Titan X is fighting Kong. Now, my question is, why would Titan X go back to Skull Island, knowing Kong is there, and Kong chased her off the island? She was already hauling ass when she was leaving the island, but Kong was right on her heels. And I don't understand why Titan X would go back. But then I've been thinking, here's the other theory. What if Titan X actually takes Cate away from Tokyo? Like, I don't know. I don't even know how that would work. My feeling is, I get the feeling, whether it's this episode or the other next episode or something, I get the feeling Titan X is going to get a hold of Cate and take her away. But it's not to hurt her. Okay, they said that in Access Monday, she cocoons herself and hibernates until it's time for her to return to the village. Now, what if that's the reason why she's going back? Because originally, that's the portal she came out of on Skull Island. But she doesn't know the machine that made it is destroyed. Now here's the thing. They have said the Hollow Earth portals are all over the world. Well, there's two ways this can go. Either there's a portal on to Access Monday on Skull Island that nobody knows about, or they try to remake the same machine to try and send Titan X away again. But I'm trying to... These are theories. These are just ideas, because when I saw the trailer, like I said, I thought the whole Kong fighting Titan X was in the first couple episodes of the beginning of Season 2. But it's not. So my guess is that Titan X gets a hold of Cate at some point, and the reason why she's going back to Skull Island is because she wants to go back to Access Monday. She's trying to return home. Her cycle is complete, and now she's going to go back to Access Monday to go back into Cocoon and hibernate. And in her mind, she's taking Cate home. Now, I know this is a weird theory, but it just seems like certain pieces are connecting, and if there is a link between the two, Titan X... and I also think if this is... Let's say if this is what's going to happen, I can actually see this being a very sympathetic role for Titan X. Like, she's going to Tokyo, like, you're one of mine, you're coming home with me, you'll be safe with me. She goes up, but of course, maybe at some point Godzilla prevents her the first time, and maybe now the rest of the episodes is Titan X trying to get to Cate, but Godzilla keeps getting in the way and stopping her. But then when she finally, at some point, maybe she does get a hold of Cate and takes her to Skull Island with the mindset of, you're coming home with me, you'll be safe, I will protect you. But then she's got to worry about Kong. Is whether Titan X perishes or not, I don't know. But I'm just saying, these could be a very interesting story if it goes this way, because it just makes a lot of sense, because what else is in Tokyo for Titan X to go after? But I am very excited to see this episode on Friday. Yeah, I know it comes on Thursday night, but I'm probably going to not watch it until Friday. But you will get a review, and there will be spoilers, because I don't know. There's no point in making two spoilers, a non-spoiler and a spoiler review. That just doesn't add. That doesn't make sense. Like, two, when you could just do one where you talk about some things, then you get into the spoiler details. So, yeah, these are just my theories about what's going to what's going to happen in the last remaining episodes, because we're on episode 6 this Friday. So, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, 5 more episodes. And, according to someone I saw on Twitter, I think his name is Dylan or something, he said that the internet-breaking monster is going to show up in the final episode. And I believe the final episode will be May 1st, or in the beginning of May. So, let's hope this one's a doozy. I'm really hoping it's not Mechagodzilla, because I don't think that's going to be the internet breaker, because Mechagodzilla is basically already in the Monsterverse. We know he's going to be built and created. we already know King Ghidorah is in the ice, so I think it's going to be someone that we don't even know. Or it could be someone that is from the original Toho series. Because I really think that would be kind of cool if it's one of the Toho monsters as the big internet breaker. You're going to have someone who is popular and iconic to break the internet. Someone we know. So I'm actually kind of excited to see who this internet breaking monster is when the final episode comes around. So I'm also looking forward to the Lee Shaw series. That's another little thing. Tiamat was said to be referenced in one of the episodes and that she attacked a submarine, a Soviet sub. So does this mean that Tiamat's going to show up in the Lee Shaw series? Don't know, but I'm excited for it. I know we're not going to get anything this year, like trailer-wise, because they got to start filming. And of course, the CGI, you know. But, yeah, those are my theories for the next episode and what could happen for the rest of the episodes. I can be completely wrong, but yeah, that's just my thoughts on what could happen, just theories, ideas, and it just seems like certain pieces are connecting, you know what I mean? But and by the way, yeah, I said I wasn't going to do a video on April Fool's Day. Currently where I live, it's 7 to 8, almost 7, 8 o'clock, it's quarter after 7, almost 8 o'clock, so April 1st for me is already over, so I'm putting this video out because, and also I had this on my mind. I've been having it on my mind all day, ever since I saw that video, that little clip, and I'm like, because, you know, it just, to me, one, it kind of makes sense, but two, that would make the story very interesting that she's not acting upon evil, she's acting upon good. A protector. So, I'm excited for the next episode. Our big boy is coming. And of course, today, April Fool's Day. There's been a lot of April Fool's pranks. Just a heads up, don't believe everything you read, see, or hear. I believe in a week, a little bit over, I think next week, or the week after that, is CinemaCon. And we're going to get our first description of the first bit of footage for Godzilla Minus Zero. So, hopefully Supernova 2, but I don't know. Let's not get too greedy, but, you never know. But they could hit us with a double whammy, you know? So, we'll have to wait and see what happens. So, until next time, I am Draco Prime 220, signing off.